trap! Pull everyone out! Bane has been pouring concrete laced with explosives!
Where?
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's
There's a ring around the tunnels. They're gonna blow it and trap the cops underground.
whose broad stripes
Pull 'em out.
and bright
Pull him out now!
through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
That's a lovely, lovely voice.
that our flag was still there. Oh, see does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Let the games begin.
All right, y'all. So I don't even know how to start this one. I don't know whether to be pissed or mad or sad or I told you so or validated or quite frankly, all those sound way too positive for what I'm feeling. As many of y'all saw, right before the decision for Antifa to be labeled a domestic terror organization, I was basically expressing my voice on how I believe that that was a bad idea because it would be an instant trigger for civil war. And the first few days, I was like, maybe we're good. But the more they've gone into Oregon specifically, knowing that state, knowing the people there, knowing the mindset, knowing the people involved, they will sooner have civil war than they will have any form of debate. And that's what Charlie Kirk signified to them. You're not just dealing with this younger generation coming in with callous views of fighting the patriarchy and capitalism and racism and transphobia and homophobia and all that nonsense. But a lot of this in Oregon started with the flower power movements. The CIA weaponized the hippie communities. LSD was introduced into the fray. Our government got involved in the protest, infiltrated every organization under the sun, created people like Charles Manson. They've been weaponizing protest movements since before I was even fucking born. In terms of when I came into the picture, I was very, very late to the game. And I think I realized that, especially today, hearing that other ex-Antifa member speaking out on Fox News. I think he went by the name Eric. 1999. I was like, shit. You know, I was talking to Gabriel Nadales on the phone, you know, still hoping that conversation is going to pan out. But, you know, I was listening to a podcast earlier and the day before talking to him, and I was just like, man, I didn't realize you were in high school when this happened. Like, I was out of high school. I'd already become a fucking college dropout. I was really, really, really late to the game. And someone like me has a lot to learn from these other people because this goes back further than we thought. But I admittedly lost my track of thought. I'm not gonna lie. While I've been going full force with this, I've been drinking a little bit more, so forgive me. I've had a beer tonight. Maybe two. But I'm just astounded by the level of narcissism, violence, ignorance, emotional immaturity, all of that I am seeing in the most devout members of Antifa in its current rendition. We have to remember there's so much fucking nuance to this. You know, a lot of people like me dropped out. We were like, okay, we're here to fight the government and everything, but like we weren't here for a lot of this other stuff. And we kind of dropped off. And a lot of people just went back to life or didn't want to think about it, or maybe on the worst end of things wound up like me, paranoid, even more drug addicted, falling prey to their fucking just sadness. Like, the ones who are still in it the most, those are the devotees. If you've been in this for 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 years, I learned so much in 2. For you to have held on that long means a number of things. That this is your religion. This is the hill on which you will die upon. That you have become more connected than the public can possibly imagine. That you are more evil and corrupt than people could possibly even think. And the reality is these people have been building networks, and they have been building networks especially with foreign organizations, because everyone wants to hide Anne Frank in the basement. But a lot of these people, they haven't been hiding Anne Frank. They've been hiding cartel members, criminals, terrorists, quite literally. The people they've been harboring have paid off the businesses of the downtown regions of these areas, such as Eugene, such as Portland. They have taken over the cities. They have taken over the police departments. They have taken over the legislation, the protesters, the local businesses, the farmers markets, the bookstores, the game stores, the comic stores. It's become so parasitic, it's taken over everything. And I'll do some reporting on it, and I'll share some things, but there's been a lot of people running their mouths this week. Not just even ex-Antifa members, but people who've been like, no, I know some shit. That'll be a separate video. There were people who owned large swaths of downtown Eugene who guaranteed me bail should I be arrested. And they owned many of the large businesses downtown, and they gave others the same, and they gave them bastions for their meeting points. I'll lay that out soon. I'm done giving a shit. But the reality is our cities have been taken. This isn't going to be Red Dawn, where all our school children are going to be looking out the blinds in their school and people are dropping from parachutes and it's just guns ablaze and then it's just instant chaos. This is a slow burn. This is a frog boiling in a hot pot. But the pot's getting hotter. the reality is many of these Antifa cells have splintered, but many of them have correlating beliefs, and it ultimately boils down to revolution and bloodshed of a common foe. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Just like most people, they also believe that at the end of the day, even if they disagree and hate each other. Who cares if we disagree about trans issues? Do you want to kill Charlie Kirk? In Portland alone, they've felt emboldened enough to point guns on camera at journalists, despite the fact lasers from sniper rifles are pointed at them on the roofs. They don't care anymore. They do not care anymore. And this is a product of not only indoctrination and ideology, but drugs. And that may have been one of Oregon's biggest mistakes. Speaking as a fucking pothead who doesn't really like living in Texas because of how fucking crazy the rules are getting, I may do it, try to be a good boy. Oregon went the complete other direction. And because of that, its people were made retarded, subservient, complacent, and always looking for the next party, man. And they were made easy prey for the cartels, criminal syndicates, and terrorist organizations to come in. Our children were the gateway. They opened a door. When I say that, I'm not just talking about the Nephilim. Fuck the alien shit. This is a full-scale revolution. And I'm just going to be blunt from this point. More people will be killed. There will be more attacks. There will be more assassination attempts. We will see more politicians die. We will see more YouTubers be slaughtered before our eyes, because it's not enough for them to come up and kill them in their bedroom. They're going to want us all to see it, because for the rest of the people like me, the whistleblowers, the people speaking out, people like you guys just listening to a guy like me, they want to terrorize you. And that's why I'm starting to think, domestic terror group. Yes, I don't think things would have been this bad if they'd been labeled a gang. But you know what? You played your hand. I get that the government's been baiting us for years and years and years to get one side to snap. And it didn't matter which side snapped the most. They were going to lean in that direction and push us towards a globalist agenda. But you know what, Antifa? You were the ones. And what you're going to do is you're going to slaughter the whistleblowers, the people seeking the truth. You're going to execute your family, your friends. You're going to cheer on their fucking deaths while this globalist agenda comes in, ultimately swallows you up, because you don't have any place in this new world. You're going to lose your souls. Even if you're just out there right now and you're a newbie, fresh off the streets, and you're just there like, Black Lives Matter. Give it 5 years, bitch. Give it 5 years. Because you don't know what it's like. They will warp your mind. They will feed you drugs. They will get in your fucking head, and they will make you think that they are worth killing for. When in reality, dude, they want to kill themselves. They hate themselves. They hate the decisions they've made, the people they are. They hate the world that they're a part of, not because they feel victimized internally. Outwardly, they're like, boo-hoo, woe is me. But internally, they know that they've lived shitty lives, and that your perception, your lived experience creates your reality. They created this world. I created this world through my hatred, my self-loathing. It was preyed on by anarchists. It led me to communism. And in the end, it made me think, what if I just killed my enemy? And you know what kept me going? the fact that everybody around me liked what I was doing, thought that I had balls, treated me like a hero. But when I started turning away from that path, I was suddenly a villain. I don't want to be a villain to the kids who've fallen prey to the ideology and bullshit Antifa. But to the shadow elements playing their part and preying upon these kids, I am your fucking villain. Because I want to be their fucking hero. Because the reality, kiddos, is this. If you're a part of it, your revolution means nothing to them. You're just here to open up the gates. The tanks, the bombers, the nukes, the assassins, the foreign agents, the submarines, the EMPs, anything that we ever did to anyone in the Middle East, which we did some fucked up shit. For anyone screaming, fuck the United States, fuck the United States, you're saying that because simultaneously, you, to your credit, no, there is an encyclopedia, volumes of encyclopedias of U.S. war crimes that we committed on other nations. I will not negate that. But it's coming home now. It's not coming home. It's home. And you didn't hear it walk through the door. And the reality is, I don't think many of you will turn back. And I think many of you have decided that this is war. It doesn't have to be war. But to those who want to stay devoted the hardest at this time, given everything that's going on, all the infiltration, all the insurrection, this is America. Get the fuck out of our way. We're not going to do this anymore. I will sell out every name that I know. I will detail everything that I know. All I ask is that others try to do the same. And if they kill you, that guy in Portland said when he was chasing out that journalist, you want me to smoke you? You want to become Kirk Jr.? Who's Kirk Jr.? The spawn of a man who was assassinated and then his message was blown up everywhere, all over the world, proven right at the moment. I'll be your Kirk Jr. bitch. Fuck Clown World. Fuck you. A lot of you are going to prison. I'm going to help send you there. God bless America, bitch.
We take Gotham from the corrupt, the rich, the oppressors of generations who have kept you down with myths of opportunity, and we give it back to you, the people. Gotham is yours. None shall interfere. Do as you please. But start by storming Blackgate and freeing the oppressed! Step forward those who would serve, for an army will be raised. The powerful will be ripped from their decadent nests and cast out into the cold world that we know and endure. Courts will be convened. Spoils will be enjoyed. Blood will be shed. The police will survive as they learn to serve true justice. This great city, it will endure. Gotham will survive.